Hello, ladies and gents. It's Mr. O'Hara again for another screencast video. Today we will be doing human reproductive organs, the male and female reproductive systems. Okay, I hope you're all doing well and getting the hang of using the Google Classroom. Remember, you could always email Ms. Charrick or I. All right, let's start. Human reproduction. A little review, of course. The process of meiotic cell division in the human male. Okay, the meiotic is meiosis. That's how we make the gametes. You get 4 monoploid cells. What does monoploid mean? They have half the normal number of chromosomes. In humans, the normal number is 46, so sperm cells always have 23. Okay, here's our diagram. Of course, what's happening here is in fertilization, production of gametes, cloning or evolution. Sperm are called gametes, so we're producing gametes. It's also sometimes called gametogenesis, making of the gametes. In the sperm, we get 4 sperm cells. Now, in a fruit fly, the body cells have 8 chromosomes. How many would be contributed by each parent? Of course, you get half from the sperm, half from the egg. Half of 8 is, of course, 4. Okay, humans have 2 versions, the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. Okay, so of course we have the male on the left, the female on the right. Now the whole purpose of these 2 reproductive systems is for fertilization to take place. How do we get the sperm and the egg to unite? Okay, all right, here they are side by side. Again, you see the male on the left. The testes are the male gonads, and the ovaries, okay, right here, are the female gonads, all right? That's where the gametes are made. Sperm are made in the testes, eggs are made in the ovaries. Okay, all right. So for males, we will have ducts or tubes, glands. The tubes, of course, so that the sperm, and then later we call it semen, can flow through. The glands add fluid or liquid around the sperm, making it the semen. And of course, the penis is where the sperm exits the body and is used to deposit the sperm inside of the female. Okay, where will the sperm go? Into the vagina. Right now, to fertilize the egg, it has to go up past the cervix, the opening to the vagina, through the uterus, and into the oviduct or fallopian tube where the egg will be waiting. Okay, we'll see more of those female pictures in a little bit. All right, we start with the male reproductive tract. Okay, here's a diagram, obviously, from the front. All right, each structure is labeled with a letter. We should know how to label the diagram, so let's take a look. Okay, the testes right here, that's letter A. That testes has 2 functions, of course. We're going to produce the sperm here, so that's part of the reproductive system. Also will produce testosterone, okay, the male hormone. All right, what will happen when the sperm is ready to leave the testes? It will go through this tube, C, the vas deferens, one coming from each testis. Okay, all right, so testes produces the sperm, secretes testosterone. Vas deferens, that's the tube where the sperm will travel from each testis. Okay, sperm duct, tube used for transport, merges with the urethra. The urethra is the tube inside the penis here, letter H. Okay, so we got A and C on this picture. All right, of course, G is the penis. Okay, what's its job? To deposit the sperm inside the female. H, the urethra. That is the tube inside the penis, right? Its job is, of course, to a passageway for the sperm to exit the body. It's also a passageway for urine to exit the body. All right, let's wait for these. Okay, 2 functions, elimination of urine and elimination of sperm. It leads to outside the body, right? It's the tube inside the penis. Now, what are some of the other structures? B, E, and F are all glands that add fluid to the sperm, and that's what makes it semen. So remember, the sperm starts in A, right? So upon ejaculation, the sperm will travel through tube C. As it merges into the urethra, it's going to pass by B, the seminal vesicles, E, the prostate gland, and F, the Cowper's gland, and they all add fluid to the sperm, making it semen. And that has some nutrients for the sperm, so they have energy. Now, what is D? You might be saying, well, look at these two tubes here on D. Those are your ureters heading up to the bladder, up to the kidneys, because D is your urinary bladder. You can see how that can also go into the urethra for urination. Here's a little more about the glands. Epididymis is just on the side of the testes here, and that's where the sperm is stored. Remember, sperm is made all the time by the testes, so it's stored until it will be released. Where is the male sex hormone testosterone produced? We should know it's in letter A. Okay. If we were to block letter X, what would happen? We wouldn't be able to get the sperm out of the body. Okay, urine would still leave because the bladder wouldn't be blocked. Okay, so you should be able to label that, all right? Now we go to the female reproductive tract. This is a view from the front. This red and blue are all blood vessels, okay? Here's our oviduct or fallopian tube, one on each side. Here are the ovaries, okay? Remember, the female gonads are inside the female's body, as you can see the picture here, okay? The ovaries are the gonads where the gametes, the eggs, are made. Okay, now we want to get the eggs to the uterus. All right, so it can travel from the ovary to the uterus through the fallopian tube, also called the oviduct. That's also where fertilization takes place. So the sperm would be deposited here in the vagina, have to go through the uterus, down the fallopian tube to find the egg. Ovaries are the females, in females are homologous, the same as or comparable to testes in the male. They're the gonads, they produce eggs, they secrete hormones, okay? Here's a picture, okay? On the left, we have an egg about to come out of the ovary. That's called ovulation. And here we have the sperm fertilizing the egg. Notice how much larger the egg is, okay? All right. And females have all their eggs at birth, so that's a little different than males. Okay, the uterus, obviously a very important organ. This is where the baby develops. It's a thick muscular organ. This is a side view. It's the womb, the muscular organ. Implantation of the embryo occurs here after fertilization. It provides nourishment from blood vessels for the developing embryo, right? We're going to get a placenta to form here. The placenta is where the exchange of nutrients between the mother's blood and baby's blood takes place, and the wastes go from the baby's blood to the mother's blood. Attached to the placenta will be the umbilical cord. Okay, the cervix is just the opening to the uterus, so that will be this part right here. And that's, you may have heard when a woman is pregnant, they will check this to see if she's getting close to delivery, to see if that cervix is starting to dilate or get bigger. And that means that the baby is getting ready to be born. Okay, the vagina, also called the birth canal, right? This is a place how the baby comes out of the mother, and it's also where the sperm gets deposited. Okay, and that would be, of course, down here. The baby will be developing in the uterus. When it's time for birth, it will come out the vagina or birth canal. All right, the female, you have to know the front view. Okay, we got the ovaries on each side and the uterus in the middle. Okay, and the side view, where you're looking from the side. Okay. We should be able to label these two diagrams. All right, so you'll be labeling these in your guided notes. Okay. Which two glands produce gametes? The gametes, the ovaries and the testes, right? So we should be looking for E and F. Which structure releases estrogen? Again, that would be ovary structure 2. Okay, now the human menstrual cycle, I'm going to go through it briefly. And you don't have to memorize everything, but there's different stages of it. This chart is a little, kind of confusing. At the top, we're looking at the ovary, okay? This is your body temperature. Here are hormone levels. This is showing you the lining of the uterus. Really, every month, the female's body is getting ready for a pregnancy. The uterine wall lining will build up, getting ready for that baby. Basically, if fertilization does not take place, the woman will shed that lining during menstruation. Okay, so it's about 28 days. Okay, and this happens every 28 days in females once they reach puberty. Okay, I'm going to probably cut the video off and let you guys read through the menstrual cycle or on your own and answer the questions on our guided notes because I don't want to make the video too long. All right, any questions, let us know, email us, and thank you. Have a great day.